morning.
Good morning, Tracy.
You are actually there right now, right?
I'm here. I'm in the forest. Yeah.
But you're in the city.
I'm in the city. We're right here in Indianapolis.
That's amazing. So tell me about this hidden gem. Tell me about this piece of property.
Mud Creek Conservancy hopes that sign will catch your attention the next time you drive by. It reads, "You can help preserve this property on the corner of 82nd and Sargent Road."
That being said, we're excited about that, but we can't do it unless we raise the funds to buy this property, preserve it, and create Sargent Road Nature Park.
Right, and there's probably a sense of urgency with these things, right?
His group, Mud Creek Conservancy, has launched their campaign to preserve 25 acres of natural habitat called Mud Creek Valley.
This is just probably 5 acres that you can see here. With 25 acres, we've got wetlands and young forest back there, mature forest with trees bigger than you can wrap your arms around.
The group has 2 years to call for action.
Our goal for this campaign is $650,000.
The goal is not only to preserve the habitat, but create the Sargent Road Nature Park.
Well, hopefully you come out here and just see beautiful wildflowers in bloom. It'd be a great photo spot for families.
All right, one down.
Got it. Okay. Where should we go?
A vehicle pulls up and out pops the scout troop leader, and she just said, "Hey, my girls, they are curious what you're doing here. They've seen your sign out front," which our fundraising sign was just a sign that says you can donate to help preserve this property. So those girls have been driving past that. They'd seen some other natural areas get developed and destroyed, and they wanted to do something. They thought, maybe we can do something here.
Yeah, babe. You need to get your stuff off, though, honey. They want you to take that off.
Oh, you got more tests? They are worn, they are not tested. We don't want to test the life part of the life jacket.
I don't test.
Kevin, where'd you tell me my life jacket?
I'm specifically looking for minks, but I will truthfully look for any animal. I'll be looking for turtles, box turtles, and tequila. I'll be looking for different types of plants and trees. I'll be looking for butterflies. I'll be looking for pretty much everything, but mainly like different types of plants. I'll be looking for wildlife in the water because
I'm looking for Girl Scouts to fall out of canoes. That was excellent, girls.
All right, welcome. Hey, I'm Kevin from Friends of White River, the guy with the big voice. And we are here at a site that I hope by the time that my age, because I'm a river geezer, that you are able to come down here and see a site that is beautiful and formalized. This is what's called River Station. It's near the Hawville and Stringtown neighborhood, which are disadvantaged neighborhoods. Any of you gals heard of the term social justice, equity, environmental justice?
Yes.
Well, guess what? This is an example of that kind of site, because today you help pick up some litter and things here. Sometimes there are truckloads of litter we have to take out of here. In June, we picked up over 100 tires in one afternoon in 90-degree heat. I've seen a little bit of everything down here. 30 wigs. Belmont Beach, right up the way, was a site that in the early 1900s on into the mid 1900s where black people could go and swim because other areas were segregated, including Riverside Park, which is right up the way. Fortunately, those days are gone, but there's still issues of equity, of social justice and environmental justice to address. We're real hopeful that that pop-up park there, which the neighborhood of Hawville and Stringtown has had a whole lot of input on, will become a feature of what's called the White River Vision Plan. It involves not just this area and not just the downtown where you'll be today, but 58 miles of river, clear up through Hamilton County, all kinds of diversity. And it's going to be important that all people get to use that and that it gets treated in a way that is respectful and responsible. So I'm going to ask you today to carry that thought with you on into adulthood. Okay? Give me a thumbs up on it. 1, 2, 3, paddles in! Let's go!
I've seen lots of birds, like parrots. I've seen a couple fish too already. Small ones. Yeah. They're really good at camouflaging, so you can't really tell. And also, they don't like to be around humans, so they are most likely hiding.
Who's they?
Snakes. Right.
Princess Miriam was an African princess who lived on the river Niger with her father. He had no boys, so he taught his daughter everything he knew about taking care of the land, about identifying plants, animals, about healing powers, and he taught her juju, magic. Now, a long, long time ago, before you were born, before I was born, a huge hippopotamus rose up out of the river Niger and began to devour all the crops. The people in the villages along the banks were about to go hungry. They were going to starve to death. When her father gathered up all of the hunters and they set out to annihilate that, I want to call him hungry hippo. Well, they caught up with him, and he turned around and he grinned at them. And you could see that his throat was ringed with pots of fire. And as he threw his spear, it burned the wood as well as the metal. Warriors from the entire village came to fight that hippo, but no matter what they did, nothing happened. Village arrived, and they brought with them their hunting dogs. The hunting dogs were 1,020 dogs, dogs that stood as tall as a horse, with sharp, gnashing teeth, eyes that shone in the dark. The dogs were so ferocious that Princess Miriam's father was almost afraid of him, but he knew that they needed to band together to get rid of that hungry hippo. Well, when the hippopotamus turned around, he grabbed the dog by his tail and swallowed them all. He swallowed 1,020 dogs and made a face at the chief and the warriors, who dropped their spears and ran back to the village. When he got back to the village, he told his daughter, Miriam, what had happened. And she said to herself, well, I need to go see what this is all about. But her father said, no, you are not strong enough. Your juju is not strong enough. Do not go. But she would not be deterred, and she left with her spear in one hand and her juju bag in the other. And she could find the path of the hippo very easily, for he had caused destruction wherever he went. And when she got there, he turned around and he grinned at her. They said a little girl to do a man's job. And she said, try me. And with that, he caused fire to rain from the sky. And she reached into her juju bag and she sprinkled some powder on that fire and turned that fire into water. So only droplets of rain fell to the ground. And that scared the hippo a little bit more. He looked and saw her father and the people from the village coming back again. So she grabbed him by his foot and swung him around once, twice, 3 times, and pitched him off into the river Niger. That was not at flood stage. And his head hit a rock and he died. And before Princess Miriam could get back to her village, word had already spread about her deed. And from that time on, they talked about how this princess warrior saved her people and saved the land. You reminded me about Princess Miriam because while you did not have to battle a hippo, but think about the developers who were trying to take land to make another housing development or another strip mall. You saw that we needed to have that green space so that the animals could be safe, so that the people could enjoy this green space. And that's what reminded me of Princess Miriam, that you were doing the same thing that she did because she saved her land for her people. So you get the simulation.
One of the coolest things about working with Troop 2715 on this project and helping them be able to take on some responsibility in their community, but really them helping us to really envision what it means for future generations to not just enjoy this property that we're working to preserve, but to take initiative and take action.
Be happy in your home.